SmackDown was taped from Manchester, England tonight, and this show is going to build up Survivor Series, which only has 2 weeks of build up. Survivor Series is going to be in less than 2 weeks on Sunday, November 18th, and the way WWE has built up Survivor Series is a joke. Even though of the big four, Survivor Series is clearly the least biggest, everyone knows that, but at the same time, it's still one of the big shows that's going to go, 6 hours, 4 hours main show, 2 hours pre-show. WWE needs to rethink or reschedule their calendar for 2019. So this has been a horrible mess. The last 3 weeks have been a mess. You're gonna have 3 pay-per-views in the span of 21 days. You had on October 28th, you had Evolution, which was a great show. Love that show, but had no build-up. The build-up was horrible. It was all about Crown Jewel. And then on the 2nd, 5 days later, on Friday, November 2nd, you have Crown Jewel, which had all the build-up. It's had the top build-up. They've barely built up Evolution. Crown Jewel was the bigger built-up show. So the majority of the time went to Crown Jewel. The other time went to Evolution. You had no time to build up Survivor Series. On the 18th, nothing for Survivor Series. Absolutely nothing. 2 weeks, you have shows in the UK, which no one watches. Those shows always bomb in the ratings. And now you have another week of TV for Survivor Series. One of your biggest shows of the year. Barely any time because of the way they schedule stuff. WWE, keep Evolution in October. It's perfect. Do it in a better, I think a bigger arena would actually be better, even though the crowd was good. But schedule that in October. Move the Saudi Arabia show to December. I would do that. Move it to December and keep Survivor Series in November. This has just been insanity. 3 pay-per-views in the span of 21 days. That's just crazy. That's unacceptable. They need to do better than that. So the show starts off. Paige comes out. They have the damn World Cup trophy out. Shane McMahon is booed out of the building. That was weird. They booed Shane. They hate him now, I guess because of what happened. They can't stand him. He announces Daniel Bryan's the team captain of Survivor Series. Daniel Bryan comes out. The Miz comes out. The Miz complains. He wants to be co-captain. Eventually, they announce that they're both co-captains, and The Miz picks Shane to be on the team, but Daniel Bryan wants him on the team, even though Shane refuses. And Shane's on the team, so you have Daniel Bryan, Miz, and Shane on the team. I guess Paige coming out. She actually got a big pop. I forgot to mention she came out because it's England. Next, you had the Usos against New Day, and the winner becomes the captain of the Survivor Series tag match. So there's another tag match at Survivor Series. I don't know what they're doing here. I have no idea. I guess it's the 3 New Day members with the Usos against. Who are they going to face on Raw? The Authors of Pain already have a match. That was actually announced. Authors of Pain against the Bars. So that's your tag title match. They have a spot. The Revival has been buried. Who's the other 3 going to be? I don't know what they're going to do with the Survivor Series tag team theme elimination match. I don't know. So that's been a kind of a flop. We had the match. The new Usos win, and then as a show of respect, they ask the New Day to be a part of the match. So they showed the Miz on the phone. It's a shitty thing. Rey Mysterio. Daniel Bryan wants Rey Mysterio to be on the team. The Miz says he has to impress him against Andrade Almas. Becky Lynch comes out. She gets a big pop. Shit's England. She's from Ireland, but they love her in the UK anyway, in England. She cutting a promo on Ronda. I wish they'd let her go in on Ronda because I think Ronda would be very vulnerable. I think she'd start crying, actually. I think, talk about Ronda, the way she reacted to her 2 losses. Rip into her, said, I'm going to put a bigger beating on you than Holly Holm did or Amanda Nunes did, and just rip into Ronda. That would be great, but the Ronda's protected. She'd start crying. It could be anything with Ronda Rousey. She would start bawling her eyes out if they let Becky do that. She'd have a huge problem with that, and she might just quit. But I think there's so much you can do with Ronda, and they're being very protective. Becky challenges anyone to wrestle her, and who comes out? Holy shit, it's Nikki Cross from Sanity making her debut. Sanity comes out with Nikki. Nikki Cross should have debuted at Sanity after WrestleMania, and Sanity has been a complete flop on the main roster, mainly because they have done nothing with them. Nikki Cross was one of the strongest parts of Sanity. They fucked up Sanity really bad. Well, I would have done with, I think the reason they kept Nikki there is they wanted her to feud with Shayna Baszler, who was the NXT Women's Champion at the time, and then she had to feud with Bianca Belair. So I think that's the reason I think Triple H probably made the call. But she's up there with them now, and she cut a creepy good promo, and then they have a match. and Becky Lynch beats Nikki Cross cleanly. That's it. Becky wins. I mean, Nikki Cross is supposed to be this creepy, crazy heel, like this, this deranged woman, and they have her lose in her first match to Becky Lynch. And Becky's the most popular female wrestler, so it is Becky. But I think Nikki is going to be more of a heel. She shouldn't be losing like this. It's bullshit. I wouldn't have had her loss like this. It's not like a babyface underdog who they can like build up with their having their first matches a lot. It's not like John Cena losing his first match to Kurt Angle, or Daniel Bryan losing his first match to Chris Jericho. This is a situation where you have like this. That's not who Nikki Cross is. Like, she's going to be a psychopath. I don't know if she should beat her in her first match. I know it's Becky, but I wouldn't have paired them up. So Daniel Bryan wants Jeff Hardy. The Miz wants Samoa Joe, and then they announce it's a singles match. The winner gets to join the team. You have Rey Mysterio next. They have a Nakamura. Before that, actually, they had Nakamura do selfie video promo on Seth Rollins. Almost is out. Vega's with them. They have a match. Rey Mysterio and Almost. They have a good match. Rey Mysterio wins, so he's in the finals. And Randy Orton comes out of nowhere and hits him with an RKO. And I guess, I don't know, if Orton's going to be on the team, but they had Orton lay him out, so I guess that's a feud. The show, Daniel Bryan and The Miz once again, and I guess they want him for a team. They haven't considered him. The Miz rips into Daniel Bryan for being choked out by Samoa Joe last week. AJ comes out and he cuts a promo on Brock Lesnar, says he's going to beat him, and says it's a promise, not a spoiler. There's absolutely no chance of that happening. There's no chance Brock Lesnar's losing to AJ. You've heard it here. Vince will keep Brock strong. He's going to build up Brock for someone else. Maybe it's Strowman, maybe it's McIntyre. No chance that Lesnar loses to AJ. I don't see that at all. So Paige is in the ring, and she comes out and she announces the SmackDown Women's team. They all come out. So Carmella comes out. She's the first one. And you have Naomi, you have Sonya Deville, you have Asuka, and then the last one to come out, Charlotte. But Charlotte does not come out. Instead, Mandy Rose comes out and she wants to know why she's not on the team. She has a stare down with Sonya Deville. I guess they're going to split them up. Naomi takes her down. I don't know. I guess they can put Mandy on the team. They can put Nikki Cross on the team. Maybe Charlotte's not going to be on the team. Maybe she loses her confidence. She lost her smile. I don't know what they're doing with Charlotte. They're trying to gain sympathy for her, probably because of she's going to get this major push. I don't want the fans to boo her. I guess what you could do actually with Charlotte, this is an interesting thing. If you don't have her show up, there's I guess you can have her do a surprise return in the Royal Rumble. I don't know if they'll hold her off TV for that long. What I would do with Charlotte is, if we're going to do this storyline, they're going to give her a major push, you might want to keep her off TV. And I would consider just leaving her off for a month. I don't know, before the Rumble, that's too long probably, but for a while, say she loses her confidence, and then probably this is going to be something where it ends with her winning the Rumble and beating Ronda at WrestleMania. But if she's not on this team, there's no chance to win. There's no chance. Carmella, Naomi, Sonya, Asuka, I guess Mandy or Nikki Cross or Lana, hope not. Their last one is, there's no chance of them winning against the Raw team. The Raw team will have far more star power than that. So, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. They have The Miz and Daniel Bryan come out. And I hate how they keep interacting. They just have this blood feud with each other. I hate how The Miz and Daniel Bryan keep interacting with each other like it's a joke, and they're just it's kind of like a heel, but it's kind of like it's a feud, but it's a friendly feud. I hate this. I hate how they're doing commentary together. They should be hating each other. So Joe and Jeff Hardy's the main event. Joe wins. He went to the Coquina Clutch. I guess he's 100% healed. He celebrates in Daniel Bryan's face, and then they have a fight. And then what happens is Daniel Bryan gets pissed off. He punches The Miz in the face, and then Shane McMahon comes out. Daniel Bryan shoves down The Miz, and he shoves down Shane McMahon actually, and ends in a big brawl. And he walks out. I guess it was a way. I guess they're building up Shane for a heel turn. I think that's where they're going. So it was a SmackDown show taped in Manchester, England. It was what it was. I mean, it's a phoned-in show. I mean, the show is probably better than Raw, But yeah, that's not saying much. So I guess it's a show that they do this in England every year. They do 2 shows in England every year. It was something that they do in the UK. It's unfortunate because the UK is such a great crowd, but they just phone it in every time they go there. So it was another show. Hopefully next week they heat things up going into Survivor Series, because that's a major show, and they should be doing a better job of building that up.